Hi guys and welcome back to the Footy Fans channel. Today it's me and Benji and we're going to be doing our predictions for the Champions League. So we've got who's going to get through the next round, who we think's going to get to the semis, the finals, who's going to win, who's going to get the golden boot, and players that we think that you should look out for the remainder of the competition. So to start off with, we're going to go through who we think's going to progress through the round of 16. So the first game would be Barcelona versus PSG. So who do you think is going to go through to that one, Benji?
It depends on how if Barcelona is back on the best. If you watched the Athletic Bilbao match, they were really good. Pedri and Messi, amazing players. But I think that still Messi is going to Messi going to fix that Barca win. If Ansu Fati is back, I don't know if he's back. I think
he's all right, yeah.
But Pedri, amazing player, young, can do everything with the ball. So I think Barca's going to get out of there, win the whole thing. Not win the Champions League, just win versus PSG. So yeah, Barca.
Yeah, I've gone for PSG. I think that Barcelona just aren't at all what they used to be. Obviously, you've got the players like Piqué, Messi, Busquets, who just 5 years ago, unbelievable, but they're really starting to drop off. And I think it's going to be a difficult phase while the young players like Pedri, Ansu Fati, Trincao are trying to come through. I think the next few years is going to be difficult before it gets better for them. So I think PSG with players like Neymar and Mbappe, they're just going to be able to win. So yeah, I've gone for PSG. The next one is RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. What about that one?
Yeah, I think Liverpool is going to win. They have many injuries. Virgil van Dijk is one of them. But I don't think Leipzig is that good longer. They have a good defense. They have good players, good manager, Nagelsmann. But I think Liverpool is going to win.
Liverpool haven't been playing well in the Premier League. I think Leipzig might be able to get something from it, but you can't really put it past Liverpool. You've got to back Liverpool in this sort of game, so I'm going to go for them, but I wouldn't be all surprised if Leipzig did manage to win. Sevilla versus Dortmund?
Yeah, that's a tough one because Sevilla is a good team. I think Dortmund is winning away goals because Sanchez has been good. I think he scored some days ago, but before that he hadn't scored 900 minutes. That's the thing, and he missed a open goal. But I think Dortmund are away goals.
Yeah, I've also gone for Dortmund. Of course, Sevilla are very good. They won the Europa League last year. Dortmund have just got an unbelievable, talented squad, quite a young squad. I do think Dortmund are going to win, but I think Sevilla definitely will give it a good go. It's going to be interesting to see how they do because normally they're just Europa League, so it's going to be good to watch and see how they do in the Champions League. Porto versus Juventus.
I think that Porto can I think it's going to be tight, but I think Juventus is going to win. To mention, Dejan Kulusevski is going to score a goal, but Juventus is going to win.
I'd say Juventus as well. They're obviously... Porto aren't really that experienced when it comes to Champions League. They never really do amazing. So I don't see them beating Juventus, especially with players like Ronaldo, Dybala, McKennie, Cuadrado. I think they're going to find it really difficult. So yeah, I've gone for Juve to go through as well. Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid.
I think I'm going to say that Chelsea is going to win. Atletico is a good side. They are amazing, but Chelsea is going to win. Now they terminated Costa's contract, if I'm right.
Yeah, they have.
But I think Costa should come to Chelsea and play with us again. He's amazing. But I think Chelsea is going to win.
Yeah, you won't be happy with this. I'm going to go for Atletico Madrid to win. They've got amazing players. Bayern versus Lazio.
Okay, great. Lazio has a good team. Savic, Immobile. They have Strakosha and goal. They can do good, but Bayern is unstoppable right now. So I think Bayern.
Yeah, Bayern is the obvious choice. Like you said, Lazio, they're not rubbish, but when you compare it to Bayern, they're the best team in the world, in my opinion, at the moment especially. So I think they're going to cruise straight through. Sane, Lewandowski, even Muller. I think Muller's so underrated. Kimmich. It's just going to be really, really difficult for Lazio. So yeah, Bayern through, definitely. The next one is probably another pretty easy one to predict. It's Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Man City.
If I'm going to be fair, I don't think it's so easy to predict. Mönchengladbach is them. I think they aren't that that people talk about them because they ain't have the highest ratings in FIFA, and you can say that because the team chemistry they have. The same with Chelsea. They don't have a team chemistry, but Mönchengladbach have. So, but I think still City is going to get out of it. But I think it's going to end quiet. Like I think City is going to be a bit how they play that good, but I think City is going to get out of that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Mönchengladbach, they're not bad, but Man City, you've always got to back Man City because you've just got some of the world's best players. Even like some players coming through, like Phil Foden, Ferran Torres. They've already got young players that are probably better than half of the Mönchengladbach squad. So I'm going to go for City as well, purely for the fact that on paper they should be absolutely smashing them. So yeah, Man City for me. More difficult, it's Atlanta versus Real Madrid.
I don't know. Real hasn't been the best, but they have been, Ramos, Varane, Courtois. I'm going to say Atlanta on this. I'm going to say Atlanta.
Yeah, I do want Atlanta to win, but it's the same as sort of the Man City one. You've got to back Madrid. They're similar to Barcelona in the sense that they're not what they were 5 years ago, but you've still got that quality in the side. Modric, Benzema, they still have got quality players. I think the issue is they're just like I just said before, they're the same as Barcelona. Ramos is potentially on his way out. They just haven't got the quality that they did a few years ago. And despite that, I still think they're going to win, but I would love to see Atlanta go through. So that was all of the round of 16 games. So if we head on to, if you just name the 4 teams that you think are going to go to the semi-finals.
I think I'm going to say Dortmund, Bayern, and Liverpool. No, not Liverpool. I think Juventus, and I'm going to say Chelsea. Going for my team. I think Man City is going to get knocked out. I think, if I'm right, if they win this game, they're going to play Bayern or Lazio.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes specific games or if it's like, when they do the draw, so you don't actually know yet, but I'm not sure. But I've gone fairly similar. I've gone for Atletico Madrid, PSG, Bayern and Dortmund. Just find it pretty easy in the Champions League. They've got some very tough opponents if all of our predictions go right, but they are a great side and I think they'll be able to get to the semis. Who do you think is going to get into the final?
That's a hard one. Probably Bayern. I can't say Chelsea right now. That's sad. But I think Bayern and I think Bayern going to play Dortmund again.
Oh, that would be actually a decent one, to be fair.
Just a technical ball.
Yeah, Bayern are definitely going to get there. I was going to go Bayern versus PSG, but it was the same as last year, so I didn't want to be boring. So I've gone for Atletico versus Bayern. Looking at it now, I'm not actually sure they're going to get that far. But so long as they can put their chances away, they've actually got midfielders that get as many goals as their attackers at the moment. So I think they could do it, but it all depends on how they play on the night. And I probably don't need to ask, but who do you think is going to win?
Bayern.
Yeah, me too. Best team in the world. I think they're going to win it for a few years to come. Who we think is going to be the top goal scorer and top assists, and then the one to watch. So currently, the top scorers in the Champions League are Morata, Haaland, Rashford, and Neymar. See, Rashford's out the picture now; they've been knocked out. But who would you predict to win the Golden Boot at the end of the competition?
It's just fun to see Morata. I think he would have like 10 goals if it wasn't offside.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I think Giroud has 5. Oh, yeah, he scored 4 versus Sevilla and 1 versus Rennes. But I don't know. Uh, I'll go for Haaland, and then I'm gonna say Giroud because I'm a Chelsea fan. But Haaland's going to win it all. The Golden Boot though.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting shouts in there. I wrote down Lewandowski, Neymar, and Haaland. So yeah, I'm going to go for Haaland as well, especially if Dortmund do get to minimum semis. He's definitely going to score the most goals. For assists, currently, the person with the most assists is Cuadrado, and I think he's got 5 so far. Who would you say by the end of the season?
Who should I say? It's many good passes. If you go for passes, it's like De Bruyne, Hakim Ziyech. But for assists, I'm going to say Thomas Müller.
Yeah. Yeah, he is good to be fair. I've put Kimmich because I know he sits back a bit more, but Bayern's such a fluid team that he comes forward as much as he likes. And he did pick up some very good assists last year, and I think he's on either 3 or 4 so far this season. So, final sort of segment is one to watch. So, Barcelona is first. So, who do you think is the one to watch?
Pedri. Amazing player, as I said in the beginning. Can pass, can shoot. With Lionel Messi, I think Pedri is going to be the best. Yeah, I mean, most watch.
Yeah, I've put him as well. Obviously, he's got 2 goals, 2 assists. For an 18-year-old midfielder for Barcelona, that is amazing. What about Leipzig?
I think Mukiele from I think it's right back if I'm right.
Yeah.
Such an underrated player. He's a big player, tall, strong, and can play right back, center back. I think he even can play like defensive mid. So, and he can get some assists, and he's as I say, strong defender. He's not many players getting past him. So yeah, Mukiele.
Yeah, I've gone for Sabitzer. He doesn't contribute loads in terms of goals and assists, but he's a massive leader for Leipzig, and I think he's a very important part of the squad, and that's why I'm pretty sure they're in second in the Bundesliga at the moment. And for a club that was only created 11 years ago?
They 1 year younger than me. I'm 2008. They are 2009.
Yeah, well there you go. They're just amazing for how little time they've been around. His presence on the pitch and the way he communicates with his other players, I think he's definitely going to be one to look out for. Florenzi, he's got such, like you said, with like Navas and stuff, they're not young, but they've got so much experience. And Florenzi's a player that can stay back, get up. He can do everything. He's such a versatile player, and I think he's going to be fairly instrumental on how PSG's season goes. Liverpool?
That's a hard one because I think like every player that they have right now, it's amazing. If I'm going to be this, if Alisson gets injured again, Keller, I think his name is that Keller.
Yeah.
He's an amazing goalkeeper. Watched him play versus Ajax. He did amazing saves. Wow. I think he's like 80, 90 years old and playing like that is just a dream. Keller's amazing.
Yeah, when that game against Ajax, like you said, I sort of looked at him and thought, oh, he's going to be rubbish, but he played really well. I've gone for Curtis Jones. I think he's been amazing. He scored that really good goal in the Merseyside derby last year. But not just that, the way he just floats around the pitch. He knows where people are going to be. He knows what he's going to do before he receives the ball. He's holding his own for someone so young in such a world-class squad like Liverpool. And I think he's going to be an amazing midfielder in a few years. Next one is Sevilla.
That's a whole one, but I'm going to say Jesus Navas. Saw him play. He's an amazing player. He can play. I think he's right back or centre back. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
right.
he's quite short to be a centre back, but he's fast, can defend. So I think I'm going to pick.
I've gone for the Moroccan striker
Nesseray.
Huh?
Do you say El Nesseray?
Okay,
right. Nesri, I think.
Or something like that. Yeah, very difficult name, but he is a very good striker, and I think he's definitely going to be one to look out for, because this will be Sevilla's. Well, I don't know if this is their first experience of Champions League football, but it's been their first one in a while, getting this far. And I think if they are going to do well, he's going to be a big part of that. So yeah, that's who I've gone for. Borussia Dortmund.
I'm going to give it to Giovanni Reina, young midfielder, can do everything with the ball. Quite good with shooting, have good passes, as I said, good dribbling. Him and Sancho on the wings is amazing. So I'm going to say Reina. Many people talked about him, but still, he's an amazing talent.
I was having a look at him and I was having a look at Kukiu as well. But in the end, I went for the left mid / left back, Guerrero. I think he's so underrated. The fact that he is playing a more defensive role, but he can come forward and play in an attacking space. I think he's definitely needs to be picked up by a top club in England. Porto.
It's not many players there, but I'm going to give it to Murray. I can't say his first name. I don't know how to pronounce it. But he's a, big striker, strong, can pull defenders away with just a move. Quite, he's quite good at run for being that tall and that big. So, and Murray does score very much goals.
I've gone for Sergio Oliveira. He's a centre mid. His goal contributions are amazing. And I think if Porto do progress in the Champions League, he's going to be a big part of it. Juventus.
Dan Klosevski. Just going to say that. I'm Swede, but he's amazing. He did an assist versus AC Milan. That was just amazing. Running with the ball like that, pass it. I think he did run past like 3-4 defenders today. So I think he's the most underrated Juventus. He's amazing. As I said, he can do everything with ball, shoot. His left foot is amazing. I think he's as same as one-footed as you can say Hakim Ziyech is. That Klosevski, when he gets the ball, he's going to get with the left foot. He won't touch the ball with the right. So Klosevski.
Yeah, I've actually gone for him as well. I thought when I saw him, I've been watching him this season, and I was like, how is he so good? And I've had a look a bit more at his stats: 14 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist. Like you said, he is very one-footed, but it's a case of when he uses his left foot, you don't need a right foot when he's as good as that. He's still young, so he's got a long way to go. I think a lot of teams will be having a look at him, seeing his recent performances. Atletico Madrid.
That's also a hard one. They have many good players, but I think I'm going to say Luis Suarez. He's not the youngest, but he's just amazing. People is FIFA again based on FIFA. He's not fast, if I'm right on FIFA. I think he's like 70 pace. But when he's in front of goal, I think he can score off versus every goalkeeper that exists.
I've gone for Marcos Llorente. 15 games, 6 goals, 2 assists. From centre mid again, he's a bit like Sergio Oliveira. He does so well as a midfielder, and that's not his job to score that many goals, and he's still doing it. So I think him linking up with Suarez, players like that, it's going to be very good to see. Chelsea, so it'll be interesting to hear this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say this with a dot. Mason Mount. Say whatever you want to him. Could be that play too much, but I think he have like 1 goal, 2 assists in Premier League, but he's not attacking midfield. Come on, people, don't base on FIFA longer. He plays as a number 8. I don't know if you can say that's a attacking midfielder, but the best player this season, him or James. Go and watch Chelsea play. You're going to see why Mason Mount is the best.
I've gone for Hudson-Odoi. I think he doesn't play all that often, but when he does come on, he's just one-on-ones. He's amazing. I don't think he started that Arsenal game, but he did come on halfway through. And when he did come on, I was watching it, why isn't he starting every game? Because any one-on-one, he's winning. He's getting past players like Kieran Tierney, and he's one of the best left-backs in the league, in my opinion. So, yeah, Hudson-Odoi, I think as long as he starts, he's going to be really, really good for Chelsea. So, yeah, hope to see him. Lazio's next.
Yeah, Lazio, I'm going to say Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Amazing midfielder. I think if you watch him, you're going to see that he's underrated. I think he can go into every team in the Premier League, top 6. You can take him to Chelsea, City, Tottenham. I don't care what to say, he's amazing. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's unreal. I've seen him like a couple of years ago, and I was like, geez, who's this guy? I didn't put him though. I put Immobile. He's in his prime at the moment. He's definitely not someone we would have expected to bounce back a couple of years ago, but he has done. He's been getting tons and tons of goals. 16 goals so far this season. He's proven himself as a great goal scorer, and yeah, I think he's definitely going to be one to watch in the Champions League this year. Bayern is next.
I don't think he's just somebody you can pick there, but if I'm going to pick one, I give it to Leon Goretzka. Same with Milinkovic-Savic. If you watch him play, you can see how good he is. He's strong, tall. He can play center mid, defensive mid. He can play, I think, almost but he can play like centre back. He's amazing.
Yeah, Goretzka's had such a great transformation, like not just physically but as a player. He's just so much better than he used to be. I've gone for a young player called Jamal Musiala. I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's a Chelsea Academy. I think he's from the Chelsea Academy. I need to search that up. Go on.
Yeah, so I do believe he is Chelsea. English talent. I can't wait to see him. If he chooses England as his national team, he might choose Germany. He's been given a chance in the Bundesliga, so why not in the Champions League? Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on if he's given the chance. Borussia Mönchengladbach.
That's the same. I'm going to get Marcus Thuram, the son to Lilian Thuram. The same with the other players. Go watch him play. You can see how good he is.
My one for Mönchengladbach is Stindl. He's top goal scorer for Mönchengladbach this season. 13 goal contributions in 20 games says it all, really. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it in the Champions League, but we'll soon find out. So, yeah, that's who I've gone for. Man City, who have you gone for?
Phil Foden. Amazing player. Scored with the Chelsea.
Huh.
But, can play everywhere in the midfield, almost. Just underrated. If I'm going to be fair, I don't think he's top. I think he's a bit overrated because people talk about, best attacking midfielder to ever exist. But I think Phil Foden, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone for not Phil Foden, but he's probably should have done. But I've gone for Ferran Torres. When I saw he signed for Man City, I was saying to my cousin, I said, watch, he's so good. And he hasn't really got as much game time as I would have liked to have seen. But in the game time he has, he's been such a great player. He's been a super sub for Man City. He's done it in the Champions League. He's done it on a national level. He's doing it in the Prem. He's just so good. I think he was originally a winger, but I think he fits a striker better. So yeah, hopefully he does, because Jesus could be in the way of that, and Aguero once he's back from injury. But yeah, he's definitely someone that I keep my eye on whenever City play. Atlanta is the next team.
I'm going to say Ilicic, as he's an amazing player. His age is just a thing. As we said, FIFA. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can do everything you want. Just if he was 25, people would talk about him a lot. If he was 25, played in Premier League and was from France, all the FIFA boys going to say that, he's the best centre forward to ever play. Woo. But he's a good player. I'm going to say Josip Ilicic.
I've gone for Muriel. He has had, let me see my notes, 10 goals, 2 assists, and he gets a goal every 60 minutes on average. I think he's definitely going to be a big part of their journey. I think last year, like we said, they have been amazing, and this year I think he will be instrumental on whether or not they get through to those later rounds. The last team is Madrid.
That's actually quite a hard one. They have many good players, but I'm going to say Luka Modric. Amazing with the ball. In La Liga, he's amazing, but in Champions League, he ain't good.
I've gone for Casemiro. He's a player that always, if you hear his footballing journey, it's unbelievable. It's fairly laughable at the start, to be honest, but now he's just a massive part of Real Madrid. 4 goals and 1 assist from CDM. So that's like with a lot of the players I've said that are midfielders getting goals, it's not their job. So when you've got someone that can be solid, protect the defence, make the passes, transition from defence to attack, and get goals, it's really, really good. So I think he's going to be a massive part of Real Madrid's team this season. So yeah, that is our UCL prediction. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow our Instagram page. I'll leave it on the screen now. Follow me, Liam and Benji if you haven't already. Comment down below what videos you want to see next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.